Hello everybody! Ooh. Trying to get the camera right. Okay. Let's see. I think that's good. Hello! Happy Friday! Friday! We're gonna see if we can make today the last day of the Luna Cardigan Crochet-a-long. That's the goal. Let me grab all of my stuff from behind the camera. When we left off, I had finished the second sleeve, which means all that's left are borders, which is exciting. I'll show you guys. This is where I'm at. There it is. Sleeve 1, body, sleeve 2. So this means that I am on page 8 of the Luna Cardigan pattern, which you can find in my Etsy shop if you want to purchase it and follow along. This is video number 6. All the videos are not on Instagram. They are on YouTube. So when I get done with this live, I'm going to upload it to YouTube, and there's an entire playlist dedicated to these. So if you're just joining in for the first time, if you're watching this on a replay, you can catch up and start at the first video if you want to, and crochet all the way through with me. So that means that these cardigans can be completed in just a couple of hours, because this is, can't scoot over. What is blocking me? Yeah. But yeah, you can make these in a couple of hours, and for me this is hour 6, but I'm also talking, so sharing stuff with you, talking you through it. On this one I am going to turn the camera around to show you guys where I join, and I have so much stuff on this table, I'm not gonna have any room for it. Let's see. Okay, first thing, I do want to talk about this hair, because I'm really happy with this new, I wanted to show it to you guys in case you haven't seen it. This is the Octo Curl. Look at that thing. So it's like a headband. So this thing goes like on your head like this, and you curl your hair around it. So if you haven't seen my reel, that's how I did it. And this is day 2. So I didn't wash my hair. I usually wash my hair every day because it gets greasy. And the only way that I was able to not do it was if I have like a waver. It's not a crimper, it's a waver, so it's a little bit, larger waves than a crimper. But it takes me so long because I have to take little bitty strands and I have to crimp all the way down. So I used this, and this is day 2. I didn't have to wash my hair, and I just put the little dry shampoo in my hair, and it actually worked really well and feels good. So I'm excited. If you want to try these, let me know what you think. This is the long. They have like a short, medium, and long version, and they have microfiber, cotton, and silk, but they have like a whole thing of how you pick yours. But I do have an affiliate link because they sent me this. They sent me one of these, so I got to try it for free, which was really exciting. So if you want to check them out, you can use the link in my bio. You can check them out, check out their website. I figured share the love. These are pretty cool. I think they're pretty cool. So I plan on using them a lot and not having to watch smoke come off of my hair when I crimp it again. Need one to straighten your curls. See, isn't that just the bane of everyone's existence? We all want what we don't have, because mine is straight as a board. And usually if I heat curl it, it doesn't even hold the curls. So it's been really cool that this is day 2. And I didn't put anything in it either. I didn't put like hairspray, because I like to be able to brush my hair. I don't like for my hair, if I try to run my hands through it and it creates knots. So I literally like brushed the crap out of it, and this is what's left. So that was pretty cool. Okay, on to the Luna, or I'm not going to get it finished. Okay. So page 8 of the pattern, and I'm laying my cardigan out right now flat. so that I can flip the camera around and show you guys where I'm going to join, because I've got my, oh, I didn't actually tie off my sleeve. So I need to do that first. Let's grab that. Someone mentioned the yarn color of this yarn, and this is called Painted Desert by Homespun. It looks a lot brighter on the website. Like, it looks like it's brighter, lighter colors. So I was a little disappointed in that, but I do think that my stepmom, which is who I'm making this for, I think she's really going to like the colors. So either way, it worked out, because I think, you know, she'll like the way they are, but they do look lighter if you are looking at that color online. So, you know. Okay, where are my scissors? Scissors. Got some scissors. Like flinging them around. It's not very safe. Okay, so I'm going to cut my working yarn and pull that through. Okay, so now my sleeve, I cut the yarn on my sleeve, and I like that I double strand it, because then I can weave those down in and tie a knot instead of having to like weave them in and out all the way through. Okay, so if we're reading through the pattern, row 1 says, starting at the bottom corner of the front panel, you're going to join with your new yarn, chain 1, and then half double crochet up the inside of the front panel, which would be, whoop, up the inside of the front panel, across the neck, down the other inside. Is that what it says? Across the neck, and then back down the inside of the other front panel. So going back down this way. And then you'll chain 1, turn your work, and work all the way back around. And you're going to do a total of 3 rows for the first 4 sizes, and then it goes up from there. So for extra small to medium large, you're going to do 3 rows for the front border. And then once you get to large XL and XL 2X, you're going to do 4 rows. And then for 2X, 3X, 3X, 4X, and 4X, 5X, you're doing 5 rows on the front border. And I do have the numbers for each one, so I'm going to hold this up really quick. But it does tell you how many stitches you'll need to place up each panel, and then across the border. I mean, across the neck. So if you didn't purchase this, you can read along there. But okay, let me create my slip knot. So when I join my yarn, I go ahead and make a slip knot here, and then I insert my hook, and then I'm actually going to turn this so you guys can see what I'm doing. See if I can figure out how to do that again. I had it just right on the last one. Let me move this over and see if I can turn it this way. Okay. Let's tip you down. I think that's about right. And I could probably lift you guys up a little bit. I think that'll help too. So let's do that. Let's lift up. I feel like you guys are going on a roller coaster ride on this live. I think that's most of them when I'm trying to change stuff. Okay. All right, so yes, you can see this. Okay, so this is the far side of the cardigan over here, and then this is the one that's closest to you guys over here. So I'm going to join into this one because I want to be able to work my stitches this direction on the outside of the cardigan. So if I were to join over here, I would have to join into the inside to be able to work up the cardigan. So you definitely know which side you want to start on if this is the outside. So when I join, I've got my slip knot already on my hook, and then I find the bottom piece, and usually I actually start mine, let's see. So I was going to say, sometimes I start it in the bottom, the very bottom, but I guess it's kind of the same from what it looks like. Yeah, so I'm going to start in this piece right here, the bottom. And with the slip knot already on my hook, I'm going to insert my hook. And then I'm going to take this working yarn over the top. And I'm going to pull that working yarn through. How do I usually do that? Oh, I guess I go around the back and then back around the front. And pull that all the way through the slip knot. And then I've got this piece right here. I'm going to pull the slip knot. Where's my end? There's my end. So I'm going to pull the slip knot tight with that end piece right here. So I just pull that tight. So that gives me a nice clean join. And then I can chain 1. And then I'm going to put my first half double crochet into the exact same space that I joined into. I'm not going to skip to the next one. Okay, so I'm going to yarn over and place my first half double crochet stitch into that same space that I joined into, and then I will start working my half double crochet stitches up the inside of the front border. And I will need, let's see, according to the pattern, I will need 20 half double crochet stitches up this panel, and then across the neck I will need 6, and then back down another 20 half double crochet stitches. So I'm going to do those now that I've shown you this. I will turn this back around so that I can see you guys' comments. I think that was right. We'll see. Is that right? Oh yeah, that works. Oh my gosh, I sat down and my door opened. Okay. Perfect. All right, so I've got what's left over of my cake. I caked up 2 strands of yarn held together to kind of help me not have to deal with 2 balls of yarn rolling all over the place. Let's see. Okay. So now I'm ready to continue on the front border and hopefully finish the front and the bottom border today. Let me make sure I haven't missed any comments. I have a lot of people on today. Thanks for joining. Let's see. I think that was everything. So let me know if you are working along with me right now, if you are working on your border, or if you are working on a second Luna, because I know a lot of people have already finished theirs, which is totally understandable because these are kind of addictive because they work up so quickly. Oh, can't get that one through. There we go. Yeah, these cardigans can be, it's easy to not be able to stop once you start on one, especially once you get this far. I think there were a lot of people who held on and followed along with me until they reached like the sleeves. And then I know it gets a little bit more difficult to not just say, I'm just going to go ahead and finish this. So I totally understand. But I would love to know if you are following along, if you're working on the front border, if you're somewhere else in the process, if you're making another one, if you are working on something else while you hang out and chat and crochet. I would love to know that as well. Let's see. Yeah, so my regularly scheduled lives, which is what I've been doing these on, have been kind of taken over by the live Crochet-a-long. But once this is over, I'll kind of be back to my, I guess, regularly scheduled programming, which is kind of whatever comes up when I decide to go live. And I do want to do another Crochet-a-long, so I may only do a couple of weeks of kind of my regular lives, and then I may go back to doing another Crochet-a-long because this has been really fun. And just released the Winky jacket on my Etsy shop, and I think that one would be a really cool one to do as a Crochet-a-long. And mostly because I already have some requests for making some Winky jackets. Like my grandmother wants one. I know I want to make another one for myself because I gave one to my sister-in-law. So I mean, I already have ones I know I need to make, so I might as well make them with you guys. I think that would be fun. So yeah, if you know that you're enjoying these Crochet-a-longs and you want to join into the next one, my Winky pattern has now been released in the Etsy shop. You can purchase the pattern and get all the yarn ready, and then we can make one together. So that's an option, especially if you have to search for yarn. I used Bernat Blanket blanket yarn, just regular blanket yarn, not big or extra or anything, just the regular, and you hold it double. So the full yardage is in the pattern, but I am going to make another one almost exactly like this one. And then I'm going to make another one with this yarn. This Eco tie-dye. I'm going to make a Winky jacket out of that, but I'll be holding it double too. So really excited to have another one, start another one. Okay, so I finished the first upper panel and I need to make sure I have 20 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. See, I have 22. So I need to get rid of that one. And 22 or 21, which is what I have now, 21's not bad. I always tell people when it comes to your border rows, you can be off by a little bit and it'll be just fine as long as you don't have so many extra that it starts to pucker your border. So if you don't get frustrated, if you're like, I have 21 and it looks like they fit, that's fine. You can leave it at 21, perfectly fine. So now I have to work 6 across the neck according to the pattern. So let's do half double crochet, not single crochet. I started another project in single crochet, and actually this is the first time in a while that I've had a lot of work in progress pieces that are not finished. I'm starting new projects before I finish the other ones, and I think I have 4 projects going right now. So I think I'm just feeling a little spacey, you know, of what I really want to sit and focus on. You know, especially now that I've got the new, I'm calling it the Power Puff jacket, is now in testing. So I've got that I'm dealing with. Just, you know, keeping it updated because I've already, you know, the testers find stuff quick. So the testers will find grammatical errors and things. So I've been working on fixing that, and I don't really know which pattern I want to release next after the Power Puff jacket. So I think that's why I'm switching back and forth from projects so much, because I'm not really sure which one I want to release next. Because I know one of them will be a pattern that I send out to testers, but I'm not sure which yet. Okay, so I'm not counting. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I feel like I have room for a 7th stitch. So I'm going to put the 7th stitch in there, even though it says 6, because I know it's not a big deal if it's 1 or 2 off on the border. And I want to feel like it looks even. And homespun is such a different yarn, you know. All right, so I'm supposed to have 20 down this one, but I put 21 on the other side. So I do want to make sure it's even. So if I ended with 21 on down one side or up one side of the panel, I did 7 across. I want to do another 21 down the other side of the panel, just so that it's even. Let's see. So one of the projects that I'm working on is with t-shirt yarn. And the main reason, because t-shirt yarn, most people don't use t-shirt yarn to make clothing. Usually it's for, you know, home good type stuff, pillows and handbags and accessories and things for the house. But I feel like I really want to challenge myself to use as many super bulky yarn options as possible to make wearables, just to show people what it looks like. And, you know, if someone has wanted to make a wearable item out of that type of yarn, I can kind of give them some inspiration. So that's my goal, but I've already frogged it like 4 times. So trying to figure out the best combination of hook size, you know, shape of the wearable item. I think I'm going to do kind of I want it to be very, very simple. It's going to be a very, very simple cardigan that I think is going to have like a 3/4 sleeve so that it's not too heavy. And I want to use a really big hook so that it's easier on your hands, because t-shirt yarn can be very hard to work with on your body, because it doesn't have that ease of glide, you know, through, and it has just enough elasticity to keep your stitches tight even when you're trying to crochet more loosely. So right now I have a 17mm hook is what I'm using, but I may go up even further. I don't have any patterns that call for my 17mm hook, call for a 17, so that's the main reason that I wanted to use it, but I don't want to force it. You know, because I actually started with a 13mm and my hands were just killing me. It was way too tight of a stitch for me to use. Okay, so let's count 1, 2, 3, that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18. Well, I'm not going to get 21 on here. Where could I add another one? You know what? I'm just going to wing it. We're going to go 19 and 20. The other side can have 21. That's fine. Okay, let's see. 20. And you could try to go back and fit another stitch in there, but I don't want to be on here all day. All right, so I'm going to chain 1. I finished my first front border. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. You can see the first front border stitch row is complete. Peace, Love, and Crochet had a 7th stitch at the neck too. That's good to know. See, it just, and I think I put a note in there. Let me see if I put a note in there. I may not have. I did not, but I feel like on another one of my patterns, I said that if it's not exact, if the numbers aren't exact, it's fine, because you just, like I said, you just don't want it to pucker. So like you want your border to lay nice and flat. You don't want it to be like puckering out or pulling your cardigan. You know, you don't want to have less stitches for sure, but if you have a few more, as long as it's laying flat, it's fine. I think somebody said that Ellen is finishing up her border, and Peace, Love, and Crochet is still with me. So we got at least a few people that are actually crocheting along with me, which is exciting. But this will be out there forever. So if you just joined in and you have this cardigan on your wish list, then this will make it easy if you want to crochet along with someone. So I realized that the pants that I'm wearing are not the best choice for crocheting with this yarn in my lap, because my project keeps sliding off my lap. I feel like if I had jeans on, it would be staying in place a little bit more easily, but alas. All right, so row 2. Okay, I did want to share with you guys today, because I am still wanting this to be, you know, this is kind of my regular live, and so I like to share updates and things that we have happening. So I did want to let you guys know that our newest hooks, so we are out of a few hook sizes, quite a few hook sizes. We're out of 10, 15, 16, 20, and 25. And so we've really been trying to move it with our new release. So we release new colors every month of crochet hooks. And this month we, just lost my train of thought. And each release has at least a few of each size. So whenever we're out of hooks, you really just have to wait 1 month, because by that next month, we'll have a whole nother set of hooks that are being released in a new color. So this month, our hooks will be releasing in actually just the next couple of days. So if you've been waiting, the wait is almost over, and we will have a full restock of our sizes in a new color, which I can't tell you the color because it's always a secret. You will find out on the release day. And if you're concerned, so if you are waiting and you're not on my email list yet, then I would join the email list if you want to make sure that you know, because I will post on Instagram, but sometimes Instagram, its lovely algorithm can hide posts from people if, you know, like you may not see it immediately. And there are certain hook sizes that sell really quickly. So for instance, the size 10, our 10 millimeter hooks, we release 4 10 millimeter hooks with every new color release. So this month we'll have 4 new 10 millimeter hooks, and they tend to sell very quickly. So if you're looking for a size that is sold out, oh, I just pulled one of my ends in there. I was like, why do I have 3 pieces of yarn? If you've been waiting on any of the sold out sizes, so 10, 15, 16, 20, and 25, especially because 20 and 25, we're only going to have 1 each in this release, because I've never sold out of 25s. So this is our first time being completely out. So when we were planning this month's release, we didn't plan to make more than 1. So we're only going to have 1 25 in the new color and 120 in the new color. And then we'll have 4 size 10s. We will have 2 each of the 15s and 16s. So if you are concerned and you want to make sure that you are the first to know so you can get on there and get the size that you want, I would just join my email list. That's the easiest way to make sure that you'll know when you get it. Oh, and you can do that, link in my bio. So if you go to my profile, link in my bio, scroll down, you'll see sign up for the newsletter. That makes it easy. Let's see. Emma Louise Jackson, I'm still working on my Luna cardigan, just taking a break due to COVID last week. Now I'm feeling better. I decided I needed to make something for my boyfriend, so I'm crocheting a Vox Machina scarf. That sounds awesome. And I'm so sorry you're sick. I feel like every time I talk to, pretty much every time I go on a live, someone's dealing with COVID. So I really hope that that you guys get to feeling better really soon. And that, you have the time to be able to be at home and relax and, do what you need to do to heal. I just feel like it's every time I turn around, somebody's got it. That makes me really sad. But I hope you're feeling better. I hope anybody out there who's dealing with that, I hope you're feeling better and that you have the support that you need to get better quickly. Allie asks, do you like to knit or crochet is your favorite? So I actually learned to knit first in high school. And I knit for quite a while. Anytime I would pick everything back up, it was usually knitting first. And it wasn't really until just a couple of years ago that I realized how much more I liked to crochet. It's more portable for me. It's easier for me. And I think the biggest thing is I felt more confident designing crochet patterns. So I was able to really play around with size shapes using the crochet stitches, especially just basic stitches. And it just came natural to me. So it's definitely something now where I actually sell a shirt in my apparel shop that says "Death Before Knitting." If that gives you any idea. But I do still have all of my knitting needles, and one of my favorite things to knit when I was still knitting were like farmhouse style blankets. So I would use the really, really big knitting needles, the circular knitting needles. I guess they were 25 millimeter circular knitting needles. And I would hold 2 strands of Woolies Thick and Quick together. And I would use seed stitch, the knitting seed stitch. And that was my absolute favorite thing. The blankets always just turned out so pretty. There's actually I made one for my mother-in-law, and she brings it out anytime the weather gets cooler. And I just love, I walk in and see the blanket on the chair, and it's a good feeling. So, but I haven't made a blanket in a while either. So, but yeah, it is pretty much 100% crochet these days. And a lot of that's because I'll be designing, so if I'm going to knit something, it really has to be either a gift or something for myself, because I don't see myself creating knitting patterns, but I never say never, because you never know. Maybe one day I'll do some chunky knitting patterns, but it's interesting because the majority of my patterns were inspired by knitting patterns, because when I first started crocheting, I've always really loved the super chunky knit sweaters and cardigans that are out there. Like if you look at Wool in the Gang or We Are Knitters, a lot of their like beginner knitting cardigans are super oversized and bulky with this size 6 yarn. But there wasn't a whole lot out there like that for crochet. And that's what I wanted to fix. I wanted to fill that kind of hole in the market for beginner-friendly, oversized, super chunky crochet items, patterns, Ex-Britty Babe, I'm trying to finish a primitive style blanket for my mother-in-law so I can make my Luna. What is primitive style? What does that mean? Ellen asks, how did the blanket for your grandpa turn out? It turned out great. It's probably one of the biggest things I've ever had to ship. I think I actually ended up having to use a Lion brand yarn box to ship it out. You know, I realized I shipped it out right before we moved, and I realized I hadn't heard anything. So I do need to reach out and make sure that he got it okay. Because that was just such a crazy time, and I hope he got it, because I didn't hear anything. So I need to reach out. So thanks for reminding me. Eggs Pretty, it's like old-fashioned stars. Oh, kind of farmhouse style. Okay, gotcha. Are the stars color work, or are you having to do patches? That's something that I know I never say never, but I don't ever see myself doing like mosaic crochet or anything that is color work heavy. I think just because, you know, the bulk of my patterns, kind of the point of my patterns a lot of times is supposed to be so beginner friendly and so simple. And it's like taking an idea and breaking it down to its simplest pieces, and then kind of giving people permission throughout the pattern to take liberties to make it their own. And that's why, you know, a lot of my patterns will have color work, like maybe stripes or color blocking, but I don't include the instructions for that because I don't want people to feel like they have to do it that way. They can get creative and like add striping or color work or pockets or patches or whatever they want to do. I'm just giving them that base, you know, to work from. Experty says they are circle and then build out with a single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, treble crochet. Then I go around them to make it into, oh, so they're like granny square stars. That's cool. Yeah, granny square keeps coming up, and I do feel like at some point I need to do a jumbo granny square like cardigan. Just because I feel like it's a staple. Okay, I have finished my front border. I did 3 rows. Yep, that's right. So I was supposed to do 3 rows. So I'm going to show you guys. There's my front border. Woo woo. Okay, so now I have to start the bottom border. And the bottom border, so this would be page 9. Oh, not page 9. Page 9 shows the completed front border. Page 10, bottom border. Page 10. So it reads, join at the bottom corner of the right front panel. And anytime I refer to right or left, that's looking down at your cardigan. So you want to lay your cardigan flat on a table and look down at it flat. And I'll usually have an arrow. So this one actually does have a yellow arrow pointing at where you're going to join for that bottom border. And you are going to half double crochet all the way around the entire bottom of the cardigan. The pattern does include the instructions for about how many stitches you should have to complete your bottom border. But again, it doesn't have to be exact. As long as your border isn't puckering or pulling, as long as it lays flat, then you're good to go. I also say at the bottom to feel free to add more length to the bottom border if you'd like a bit more length to your cardigan. And I talked about this a little bit in the past videos, how you can make, if you want your cardigan to be longer, you can add rows to the back panel and then add the same number of rows to the front panels. And that will allow you to make your cardigan longer. And then you don't have to extend your bottom border. You can do the same length bottom border. But then, you know, you can add pockets and stuff too. So, all right, so let's get started. Let me see what time we've got here. Oh yeah, we've got 30 minutes. I think I'm going to finish with no problem. Ellen says, love the arrows, so helpful. I agree. I am a very visual learner. I would get very frustrated when I would purchase a pattern and there were no photos to guide me. But then I realized not every pattern is meant to be super beginner friendly. That's not the goal of every designer. You know, they may, and usually they'll say if it's a more advanced pattern. And I think that's important. As long as they say that it's an advanced pattern if they're not going to include pictures or anything, you know, to help you work your way through it. But if they say it's beginner friendly and there's not photos, I feel like, you know, people might get frustrated. Okay, so I'm going to flip this back around and lift you guys back up. So hands inside the vehicle at all times as we go up. All right, and then once we are up, I can pan this down. There we go. All right, let me tighten that up. All right, so here we are, and I did not tie this off so you guys can see where I finished my bottom border right here. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten that up, clip that yarn, and pull that through. All right, so looking down at my cardigan, this is my right side panel right here. So I am going to be attaching right here. And now you could actually leave this tail and turn it and work your border around the bottom, but you don't have to, and I'm not going to for this one. So I am actually going to, because I need to attach and work this way, so I really need my cardigan flipped all the way around. So let's flip it upside down. All right, since I have now flipped it upside down, my right border is actually over here on my left side since the cardigan's upside down, but I need to join right here and work this way. There we go. So this will allow me to do that. Okay, when you join for this bottom one, you don't want to join, you want to join as far over as you can on the edge of this over here. So pretty much into that last space of the front border. Okay, so I'm going to join as far to this side as I can. And, oh, here we go. So I'm going to do the same thing I did with the front border. I make a slip knot first. I insert my hook into the slip knot. And then with the slip knot on this side, I insert my hook into the stitch that I want to join into, which is the furthest over that I can. It's actually the last stitch of the front border on that side. Okay. From here, I'm going to yarn over. So I'm taking the working yarn from over here to this side, and I'm yarning over and pulling through that stitch, and then also pulling through the yarn that's already on my hook. And then I'm taking these end pieces and I'm tightening that stitch. All right. So now, got a lot of ends right here since I ended and started there. All right, now I'm going to chain one, and I'm going to place a half double crochet stitch into the same exact stitch that I joined into. So yarn over, insert my hook into the same stitch, yarn over again, and pull through. And that is my first half double crochet. And then I am going to work half double crochet stitches all the way around. And I am going to sit back down. I just wanted to work a couple while I was standing up so I can show you guys. All right. So you guys can see, joined here, working all the way across, and then you're going to turn your work and you're going to work all the way around the back, but you're going to do half double crochet stitches all the way around, and you can do as many rows as you want. I'm going to do 3 rows on the bottom of this one. So I'm going to turn this back one more time. Thanks for bearing with me for the roller coaster ride. Let's bring this back down. Boop. All right, I can tighten that up. Turn this a little more. Okay. All right. Let's get started. And I may actually work up on the table for this since it's falling out of my lap. So let's turn this down a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. And I think I might have just enough for this bottom border on in the yarn cake that I made up. So that's awesome. Now I won't have to open new ones. Okay. Yeah, and let me know if you guys have any questions while I'm on here. This is always a time for me to check in with you guys, connect with you guys, just kind of hang out. So especially if you're new, I've had not a crazy amount of new followers in the past couple of months, but you know, I've always got new people coming in, and you know, it's nice to get to know you guys. So let me know what you're up to today. If you are watching from work, I know a lot of people watch these at work since it's at noon. And let me know if you have any plans this weekend. So we are really going to be just hanging out. My husband, aka the captain, just got his Xbox. She's been waiting on for, I don't know, 3 to 6 months. He's been waiting a long time on that Xbox just to find one. They're really hard to find, but he finally has it. So I think we have to go to Best Buy and get some stuff right after this is over. And then he's going to be playing. So that means I will be working on new projects, which I'm very excited about. One of the 3 or 4 that I've got going. Hopefully maybe finish one today. That would be cool. I really want to get the hooks photographed so I can release them. I have all of the Etsy listings ready. Like, I did all of the additional legwork that I could do to kind of be ready for the release. I need to get an email ready to go out. But I haven't been able to really photograph them because I feel like everything needs to be photographed outside in natural light. And we've had some really gross weather. And speaking of weather, I hope you guys are staying safe out there. I know there are a lot of places that have been getting some really crazy weather. And I hope that you guys are all good and safe and healthy and happy, because that's a lot to deal with. I know we had tornadoes near us yesterday. So we had the weather was on all day pretty much. Starting pretty early in the afternoon and through into the early evening, because there was a pretty rough storm system that was bringing tornadoes through Tuscaloosa in that area. So, but the storm died out before it reached us, so we didn't have to take cover. We let the dogs take cover. We put them inside because we were concerned, but we still have power, and that's good. Okay, I am making headway on this final border. I am through the back panel portion of the bottom border, and I'm moving on to the second front panel. So we are making it happen. I was really hoping I could finish the front and bottom border in this video. And that way I can really say it takes 6 hours to make a cardigan if you're talking. Ellen says, I was wondering how close those tornadoes were to you. Yeah, I mean, it was coming our way, but they were, yeah, by the time it reached just south of us, they actually ended up canceling the tornado warning. Because I think we stayed under a watch. I can never remember which one is worse. They should have named those differently. It's like a watch and a warning. The tornado sirens went off though. So, yeah. And it looked like tornado weather. I mean, the temperature swings that we've been having say it all, you know. I mean, it's crazy. It was high 70s during the day, I think yesterday, and then it's supposed to go down in the 20s tonight. So yeah, the temperature swings. I mean, wonder why you're having crazy weather. We've been contending with 13 inches of snow that decided to drift. What does that mean? I don't know what that means, that it decided to drift. I've never lived anywhere but the South, so. Okay. Bottom border row 1 is finished. I only have 2 more. So excited. And then I will try it on and show you guys. Okay. Oh, I ordered more yarn. What did Nancy say? I missed what Nancy said. Oh, I must have super missed it. So Ellen, you said great plan, Nancy. And I didn't hear what that was. I didn't see what that was. Let me know what the plan was. But I ordered new yarn that I didn't need. I actually ordered more of the Eco Tie-Dye from Michaels. So they had a lot of their stuff buy one, get one 50% off. So if you guys need some bulky yarn in your life, check out Michaels right now, because they do have buy one, get one 50% off some of their bulky yarn. I think it's all their yarn. So grab some while it's buy one, get one 50% off. And but I also had a $30 rewards voucher from Michaels, so I needed to use that too. But I actually got some of their Chubby Chanel, which is supposed to be pretty much the same thing as the yarn that I used for my Power Puff jacket. So I can make another one that is brighter colors. So if you guys have seen my latest post, my Power Puff jacket was like a dark teal and a light teal, like an aqua and a teal. And I love it, but I'm realizing it's, you know, I'd like to make more than one of each of my patterns so that I can continue to talk about them and show different styles and colors and things like that. So I bought some of their Chubby yarn in 10 different colors. So it's going to be a 10 different colored jacket for my second Power Puff jacket. So I'm really excited about that. I don't have it yet, so I don't get to show you, but I did run out of my homespun yarn, so I get to open these last two, which makes sense. I was going to be surprised if I had enough, because that would have been way under the yardage. So I have two more of these, and I am going to center pull, I think. Actually, I think I'm going to pull from the outside, because I'm going to end up caking these together. So I need to stuff that center pull piece back in there so it doesn't get tangled. And pull from the outside. So now these are going to be rolling around all over the floor, which is fine. It's part of life. Oh, they glued this one into the, I have to cut that. They glued it into the label. There we go. Problem fixed. And then I'm going to stuff the center in there and pull from the outside. And I think I've shown you guys this before. The way that I usually knot my yarn, I just wrap once, wrap twice, and then do another one where I double wrap it. It's a double knot with double wraps. So does that make it a quadruple knot? That's what I do. You definitely see more of a bump than if you use some of the other joining techniques. But that's kind of one of the wonderful things about using bulky yarn, is that it doesn't really matter, because the yarn is so bulky that it hides, where is that? Oh, here it is. It hides the knots really easily. So, you know. Okay. So we're going to attach both of these new pieces to the two old pieces. Snip the ends. And keep going. Okay, I think Nancy did say. So Nancy is celebrating her 45th birthday, and it's today. Happy birthday, Nancy. And Ellen says the wind kicked up and blew the snow into drifts, and some are up to her thighs. Oh my gosh, that's so much snow. Nancy's going to Florida in March, is tired of the cold. I feel you. Do you have a place there? Are you getting a condo or a house, or what do you do when you go to Florida? Peace, love, and crochet is one more row. I don't know if you're saying that as funny or if you only have one more row left. Either way, I have 1.5 more rows. So I'm getting there. Okay. But yes, so the Chubby Chanel should be coming, and then I got more of the Eco, because the Eco tie-dye is so up my alley, being so bright and colorful and being a size 6, that I wanted enough to make 2 items, since it's limited edition, since that's not going to be there forever. So I want to make another Winky, But then I also want to make maybe a longer pocketed jacket, hopefully with like a tie, because I've been wanting to make a longer jacket with a tie for a while. So I think that would be a really fun one to do that with. And then I also have some size 6 weight Chanel style yarn that I need to play around with and make something out of. And I really think, I mean, I feel like I'm kind of, I want to be the cardigan person. Like, I know I want to make other things, but I've really been enjoying making different shapes and styles of cardigans. So I don't think that's going to be going anywhere anytime soon. But I do need to have some plans for the summer. I think this summer I want to do at least one more bag pattern. I really want to do like a clutch style thing. I may do, I think it would be really cool to try to do a hook case that can stow the bigger hooks. So like a hook roll, but for like a jumbo hook roll for people who travel with their hooks. That might be kind of fun. And I could do that with like the Hobby Bungee Mini, you know, so that's very utilitarian style yarn. I really want to do a water bottle holder. I don't know why. I don't really use water bottle holders, but I think it would be a really fun one for the summer to do. And I really like for my smaller patterns to be great for other people to make inventory for craft shows. So that's why I think things like water bottle holders could be really cool, because that would be an easy one for people to make as summer craft show inventory. And I think I've only ever found one. I think I only found one crochet water bottle holder that called for size 6 yarn. So that's my goal. It's like, if there are things out there, patterns out there, but there's not a pattern out there for super chunky yarn, then I want to try to make my own version. Someone said yes to the water bottle holder. Nancy, February 9th is your birthday, so it's coming though. Actually, the captain's birthday is on the 10th, so you guys are almost birthday buddies. Loop Laugh Love, that would be amazing in those fun colors. I think you mean the Powerpuff jacket. I agree. Nancy, we stay at resorts, but one day we want to get a house. We go there a lot. We're there in November. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. My grandfather used to have a house on Fort Morgan Road in the Gulf Shores area. And it was really great having a place like that. And that was a little more secluded too, so it wasn't right in the hubbub of everything happening. Oh, and actually, Loop Laugh Love, you may be talking about doing a long tied cardigan. So remember, I talked about that too. All right, I am on the last row. Am I doing this right? Because I'm talking, so I could have totally, yeah, I'm doing it right. Last row. Last row! So I'm guessing, I just forgot your Instagram tag, but you had said one more row, so you're probably finished, which is exciting. I feel like I'm trying to crochet as fast as I can. But this is about top speed for me. I can't go much faster than this, because this yarn is actually pretty easy to work with. And obviously I love our hooks. I truly did. There was a point when we only made 16mm hooks because that was my go-to hook size. And this is one of those. So this is one of the 16mm that we've made. But I remember I was making something else, and I was using an 11.5, just a plain plastic 11.5 hook, after we had started printing our 15s and 16s. And I looked at Matt and I was like, we have to make 11s. Like, we have to make 11s and 12s, because my arm was hurting. So, you know, I mean, for me, and I know that our hooks may not have the same effect for everyone, but I know for me, it makes a world of difference having the ergonomic handle and having the lighter feel Because that plastic 11.5 was light enough. I just, having that straight hook style, my wrist was killing me. So I'm so happy that we've been able to expand the sizing to have so many different sizes in the shop for people who, you know, who like using bulky yarn too. I'm almost there. I can see the end. Right over there. I can see it. I do have to look at my crochet while I'm working though. I'm not that talented that I can crochet for long periods of time without looking at my work, especially not fast. I can crochet pretty slow if Peace, Love, and Crochet. You are done. Sew on my patch. So what patch are you doing? Just like a square patch, or are you doing a fun patch? I do need to do a Luna with pockets. I've seen a few people that have added pockets to their Luna and they look so good, especially if you add a little bit of length to your Luna and then you add pockets. That's a winning combination. Loop, Laugh, Love. Yes, the straight, plain, white plastic hook. Yup, that is exactly what I'm talking about. You got it. Okay, I've got like 7 stitches left. I need to do the countdown because we're at the end. I'm about to finish this cardigan. It's going to be finished, completed. I mean, the ends aren't woven in, but that doesn't count. Peace, Love, and Crochet added a heart. That's going to be awesome. Is it a heart pocket? So like you're leaving the top part of the heart open as a pocket. Last stitch. Woohoo! That's the last one. Now I just need to snip it, pull it through. Yay! And there, my friends, is a finished Luna cardigan. Hello, Crochet Love by D. Welcome to the party. It's coming to an end, but I just finished this Luna cardigan. This is part 6, and I did successfully finish it. What time is it? Yes, right on time. Okay, so I'm going to lift this up so you guys can see what's happening. I was a little concerned. I didn't know if I was going to finish it in time. So this was the very first one that I ever made out of homespun using 2 strands of yarn. And that's the one that my stepmom liked. So that means that that's the one I got to make her. Okay, so let's see. This is going to be shorter on me in the arms because that's what I needed to change for her. But it should fit everywhere else. There we go. Can get that on there. All right. There we go. That's it. Now obviously plenty of ends to weave in. I could just add fringe all the way around the bottom, you know. Ellen, way to go. Yes, I'm so excited. And it fits perfect because it needed to be a little bit smaller. But I think it's great. It hits where it's supposed to. So this is a more cropped style. It's going to fit like my belly buttons right here. So it's usually just a little below my belly button. So yeah, but it turned out great. And I hope yours did too. Remember, if you're making one of these, you can join my Facebook group and share your progress. And Ellen, I can't wait to see your finished one because of all of the colors. And I'm not sure. Peace, Love, and Crochet. I don't know if you're in the Facebook group. If you're, oh, you are going to post it. I see it now. You're going to post it. Awesome. Let's see. And Crochet Lovely by D, I'm gifting the hook set to my friend today, so give feedback. Yes, I would love to hear what they think. And you are in Cali and off to work. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for joining in. I finished this just in time. I will be uploading this to my Instagram feed as well as to YouTube, so you can watch the whole playlist on YouTube if you want to start from beginning to end to crochet your own Luna cardigan. This is the pattern. You can find the pattern in my Etsy shop so you can follow along. And I hope to, in the next week or two, start a new crochet along with you guys if you enjoyed it, which I think everybody did. And then I'm going to have more interviews coming up. So I've already scheduled 2 more interviews for Pink Sheep and Friends Live here on Instagram. So if you enjoyed my last interview with Jody, and if you didn't see it, check my Instagram feed. It is Jody of Lambent Crochet. We had a fantastic chat about her business and her design process. We talked about burnout. We talked about getting inspired as a creative person. Yeah, so it was a really fun one. But until next time, I will be live next on YouTube on Tuesday. So Tuesdays I go live on YouTube, 12 p.m. Central Time. Fridays I go live on Instagram, 12 p.m. Central Time. That's every week. So you can check it out there. And yeah, I think that's all for now. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Happy hooking.